Hey, inky friends, it's Bailey. I'm coming from you from the Fountain Pen Ink Station. I hope you're all doing well wherever you're at, day or night. I'm coming at you with a little bit of a different video today. I'm going to be doing a plan with me for Chicago Pen Show, how to navigate with a disability. So I'm going to be kind of going over some positives, some things that can be worked on, some things that have helped me. So if you're interested, keep watching. We'll go over it. I'm hoping this engages us into a healthy, active discussion in the broader community of the pen world. And just be respectful and kind in the comments. And hopefully this will engage others. So let's get going, friends. So this is going to be more of a one-on-one intimate video. I don't know if I'm going to really show a top down like I normally do. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at notes, and I have some things off to the side that I might show on the camera. Before we begin going into the planning, I can only speak from my personal experiences with my disabilities and not for the whole community as a whole. I hesitated really hard last year to go to the pen show. But for me, it was an empowering, learning, humble experience. I had been diagnosed probably a year and a half, 2 years prior, with POTS, so I pass out, just for whatever reason when my body doesn't like me. And it was my first trip solo post that diagnosis. So I was going alone. I was taking a train, which I've never done before. And I was going to a place I've never been. What else? There was another thing. Oh, and to something I've never been to before, where I didn't really know anybody. I had my online friends I had talked to, and that was about it. So what could go wrong, right? Like nothing can go wrong. Nothing. So I'm going to be vulnerable here, so just take it easy, all right? All right. So I'm a pretty average looking woman in her 30s. I obviously big, goofy looking, short, yada yada yada, but I can mask and hold myself together for most days. Most days if you see me in the public, it's because I'm having a good day. There's a lot of days that the public doesn't see, for people like me and other people who have, and I hate when they say non-visible disabilities, but when other people that just have similar issues navigating as I do. So with that being said, I want to talk about the positives first for the pen show. So the hotel staff, and it's at the Oakbrook Doubletree in Chicago, they're amazing. I cannot say anything bad about the staff at the hotel in Chicago. When I needed help, they came right away. When I needed accommodation, they accommodated me. They accommodated my milk allergy. I mean, seriously, I couldn't have asked for a better experience. Oh, and then I don't think they've changed it, but the hotels don't come with a fridge, and I needed a fridge for my medicine and my nutrition shakes. So they actually brought a mini fridge up for me, so you can ask the hotel staff if you need that accommodation. So don't ever feel ashamed for asking for an accommodation. That is what the staff is there for. They provide water stations throughout the pen show. I can't remember where they all were, and maybe it's going to be different each year. So, but just bring a water bottle, and then if for some reason a water dispenser is not working, you can notify them. They even provided me with a water bottle last year a few times. So that was great. And if you know how important hydration is for POTS, then that's really important. What else? The people at the pen show are absolutely amazing. They are probably the most inclusive understanding people I have met. I've dabbled in other communities, but this is the first community where I felt like they're part of, like, I feel like I'm a part of. Um, there are some things that I would like to see improve at the Chicago Pen Show and probably at other shows that would allow me to maybe go to those shows. Some of them, the biggest thing I think is wider aisles. So last year, Atlas had a lot of, like, that was like the busiest area. So last year it was Atlas, there was Kirkspear. Um, I'm drawing a blank right across from them. You guys will probably tell me and just yell at me in the comments, whatever. Anyway, the busiest area. There was hardly any room to walk around, and this was on Saturday. Friday was pretty busy, but this was, I think, particularly bad traffic-wise Saturday. So keep that in mind if you're going to a pen show. Saturday is typically the busiest day. There is not a lot of room to navigate with an assisted device. I am worried about bringing my rollator to Chicago, but I am going on Friday, not on Saturday. And a friend of mine recently had a positive experience in Philly with her rollator, so I'm hoping I'll have to report back when I'm back. But I'm hoping that's my plan, is I'll be able to navigate it with my rollator on Friday. I'll update when I'm back. But absolutely 100%, they need wider aisles. They need either wider aisles, bigger space. I understand that if you're at a pen show, like, it's about the merchants, about the vendors. But I do fear there might be a small portion of the community that are not able to go to these pen shows because of their disability. So keep that in mind, friends. Another thing that could improve or would help the situation is if there was like a chair, like chairs or seating areas in the ballroom or in the Essex. The only chairs are outside of the ballroom, and I'm trying to think at Essex. They had a couple outside, but nothing in the actual vendor space. And I understand why they don't have that, but I also want to present an argument for the other side. So, as someone who is prone to passing out, or maybe you have someone who just gets winded really easy because they have lung issues, or I mean, you could probably put in 100 different scenarios, right? When you're in the middle of a crowd and there's nowhere to sit, that is a hazard. So I'm going to share an experience from last year that highlights this point. So I was trying to shop at Atlas, and it was crowded. It was Saturday, and I was having a POTS episode where I was getting ready to pass out. And there was a couple people next to me. One person gladly moved. The other person did not want to move, which could have been bad, because if I had not found a comfortable position to do this, I could have knocked over something at the Atlas booth, right? Just saying. I had tried looking for a place to sit in that section of the ballroom, and there was nowhere to sit. So keep that in mind, friends. That's why I'm bringing my rollator, so I could just take breaks, sit. If I feel it coming on, I can sit down, right? Not everybody has that luxury. Not everybody has that scenario. I'm even thinking of sometimes you just need a sensory break. And yes, there are places you can go outside of these rooms for that. But if navigation is an issue, you're kind of stuck having this sensory freeze in the middle of a crowd and you can't do anything. And someone with mental health needs, I could shut down pretty quick. Thankfully, last year I had a few amazing women in my life, I'm lucky to call friends, who were able to help me navigate some of that. But not everyone might be as lucky. So again, I'll highlight these again when I'm done, but I think one thing everybody can agree on is signage. Oh my gosh. Okay. That needs to be improved this year. I'm really hoping it will be. I'll probably post I feel like I have to, right? I'm going to have to post a follow-up on this now. But there needs to be better signage for the pen show. including where the pen show is, where the registration booth is, where the bathrooms are, for goodness sake, the elevator, like, that was the first time I tried to find that, that was fun. And then additionally, those vendors in the basement, like, last year for the first day or two, I think, until finally someone said, "Hey, wait a minute, this needs to change." You couldn't figure out where things were. And so signage absolutely needs to be updated. It needs to be clear and forward facing for the public and for the shoppers who are coming in, and especially those with excess needs. So wider aisles for those who needed the extra space. I'm even thinking of the mom who had a baby with her, and yeah, people were saying, "Oh, she shouldn't have brought her baby. She shouldn't have brought her." Okay, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Maybe she didn't have a babysitter, right? Like, friends, come on. We need to be kinder to each other. We need to be more empathetic to people's situations. And I know sometimes that's hard to do, but I felt for this mom who was getting whispers and comments as she was going by. All right. I really don't hope I don't hear that when I'm coming in with my roll later, friends. Because I need that. And I'm sure this mom had no choice to bring her child. And if she did, that's her business, not ours, right? We shouldn't be here to judge people. We should be there to be shopping and enjoying the stationery and the pens and the fountain pen ink. I love ink. So here, how are things that I do to plan? So again, I'm going to bring my rollator. I have a wheelchair, but I think I'm going to bring my rollator just because I know space is already going to be an issue. Then I can sit down if I feel a POTS attack coming on. I'm going to bring my migraine emergency meds because if I have a POTS attack, it induces a really bad migraine. And then I'm going to also bring my prescription medications for my other conditions. These are duh things, right? Another thing that maybe you haven't thought of is cold packs. So I like the Clever Health brand on Amazon. And then you just bring them. And then when you're ready to use them, you pop it, like squeeze to pop, and then you shake it really, 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 really good. I usually carry quite a few of these with me. I think I'm running low, so actually, friends, reminder, I need to check. I also bring a blood pressure cuff because I don't know if there's really any emergency medical staff equipped at the hotel. So I like to bring mine so I could check it. That sometimes is an indicator for me if I need to take a break or if something is about to happen. I also bring my diabetic kit because that could also be a factor in what happens. Another thing that was really big for me is, notifying the hotel staff of my disabilities. So I wish I had done this ahead of time. I didn't do this till after, but I think that made them more cognizant of my needs as their guest and a little bit more willing to accommodate. I had a scenario last year where I passed out in the hotel lobby and they were quick to jump in, get me some water. I don't know if they were familiar with my condition or if maybe the medical staff had told them. It was quite a bit foggy, face to the concrete. Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, they were really accommodating, came to help. So please never feel like you shouldn't be able to go and ask for those accommodations. You're a paying guest at their hotel. They should be providing that. I'm really hoping that some of the discussion around space and accommodations comes into play. And I have a small channel, but if others, maybe this will inspire others who are hesitant to come out and talk about it, I'm willing to meet with anybody who wants to talk more about it. I'm very open about my disabilities. I'm an advocate for myself. I've learned how to do that through my kid who has his own needs. Um, I think this conversation needs to happen, and it needs to be done in a safe, respectful way. I know these changes can't happen overnight, but there is definitely 100% an issue with access when it comes to navigating a pen show with a disability. And I can only speak for myself as terms of um, navigation. And while I was doing this video, I was like, oh, how could I cover the whole realm of disability? I can't. That's where we need the community to come up and talk about their experiences. I'm not gonna bring my I don't think I'm gonna bring my noise canceling headphones. I usually use that for my sensory needs, but I'm only gonna be there Friday, and mine are really big. So I think what my plan is, I have a hearing device, so probably won't see it if my hair is down, but it's attached to my head. I can just snap that off and drown it out, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see. So yeah, I'll be bringing my hearing device, my batteries. If I'm staring at you while you're talking, I'm not staring at you. I'm reading your lips. So sorry if that's creepy, but I can't. That's how I get by with a hearing, being hard of hearing and deaf. My biggest takeaway, I hope, for this video is that if you have an accommodation and you need an accommodation, it doesn't limit you to not go to the pen show. I would say the best pen shows to start with are like Philadelphia, Denver, St. Louis, the smaller ones. But Chicago, using some of the tips that I've talked about, if a navigation is a barrier for you, I say go ahead and try it. Like, sink or swim. You never know. Your first show is going to always be your first learning experience. It's going to be scary, but there's going to be other people there who are there for the first time. And there's people like me who, I get it. I understand. Like, come find me. I will be your buddy. I will help you as much as I can help myself, let alone you. So just keep that in mind. What else? I just want to end this video with the pen community is amazing. I know we can have a healthy discussion about it. We have sometimes in Brad at Pen Addicts Discord, but it's really never gone other than, yeah, we need to do this, we need to have, but nothing has ever been done about it, right? San Francisco is still inaccessible for me. I cannot go to San Francisco because I wouldn't be able to breathe. I wouldn't be able to walk around with my rollator. It's impossible for me to go to the San Francisco Pen Show with a disability. Again, I will do a follow-up. I'm hoping that Friday will be a sweet spot for me in terms of rolling around in my rollator. I can't be there for Saturday, so I can't test it out on Saturday. So I wish I could, but I have a tight budget and time turnaround, so I'll at least give an idea for Friday how it goes. I just know I absolutely have to bring it because last year I didn't because I was trying to test my limits. You know, like, I'm normal. I look normal. I'm totally normal. Totally fine. Totally not fine. Totally not fine. And please, if you see me and you have questions, don't just stare and whisper. I'm human. I can communicate, sometimes awkwardly, but I would rather you just come with me with questions instead of just talking about it behind my back or whispering. And I think that goes as a whole for anybody who has a visible or a non-visible, whatever, disability. So, friends, I hope this video made somewhat of coherent sense. Just know that navigation is a huge barrier. Huge barrier. But there are some things you can do to plan for that. The pen community is amazing. The hotel staff at Chicago was amazing. Don't be afraid to ask for accommodations. And pen community, we need to talk about the issue. We need to do something about the access issue. I don't know how we do it. I don't know where we do it, but please, friends, let's get more of our community into these pen shows to enjoy the same things that everybody else does. It should be for everybody. It should be inclusive. It should be accepting and welcoming. How do we get everybody to come as long as they're able and willing to come? And I think sometimes it's not that they're not willing to come, they're not able to come because one of those things is access and navigating the pen show. So, friends, again, let's engage in a conversation. I hope this continues. If I ever branch out and do San Francisco, I would love to have a conversation with somebody who has a disability and has done San Francisco. It is one of my bucket list pen shows to do. That being said, I will update how it went when I got back. I'm excited to see everybody. This is what it looked like. I'm really short, and if I'm sitting in my rollator, I'm really short. So don't look for an old lady in a rollator. You're not going to find me. I mean, I could dye my hair gray, and it's not quite gray yet, but no, this is me. I'll be there with my rollator. I'm hopefully going to have my pink pony lanyard from Inky Converters. She will be there, so check her out. I think she's in Essex. So yeah, friends, I cannot wait to see everybody. Let's go. We're going to a pen show. I'll see you there. Bye.